So guys, first of all, I of course see like half group didn't passing homework. This is not good. I understand that many people little bit missed lessons on Saturday. Guys, I understand that Saturday you need to do a lot of things. It's kinda, but please, it's very important. We will do like now every day a lot of stuff. I don't want you miss at least 2 next weeks any lessons, because we will learn some new stuff, and if you will miss something, you will miss all chain. Please try your best. Do not miss any lessons on the next week. On the this and next week, because like we will learn object-oriented programming, and I don't want you miss everything, because like all stuff is going one after one. Okay, now let's start today's lesson, and we will continue with the functions. Today is the last lesson on functions. We're going through your homework already, and so let me create a new package, and first let me enter to presentation mode. Okay, I will create a new package, lesson 8, and here is I will create a new class. So functions, let little bit make a small recap, and I will explain you one more time. So functions are a special group of code which grouping packaging other code. So what we usually have in functions, these two words, public static, you will understand later on. It's not like they have no any connection to the functions. That's why I don't want to explain what is this about. So let's just accept public static. Next is a returning type of the function. So depending on what function will return, we will place here. For example, function will return an array or string. Let function will return a string. Okay, string. So return type here is will be string. If function do not return anything, it will be void. Void functions do not have a return statement and do not return anything. Okay, let it be string. Okay, and now we have a function name. So let it be something like sum of 2. Sum of 2. So we will pass inside a string and we passing two string inside, and as you see, like not sum, and as you see from the name, I will return just sum of these two strings, like concatenation of these two strings. Okay, it will be like string is equal like string 1 plus string 2. And what I will return? I will return, good, kinda very simple. I will return just sum of two strings. So let's do something like that. And I need to print out new word. And let's try, let's see how it's working. So here is, it will be semicolon. Idea, guys. We have two types of functions. Functions which return something, return string, and functions which not return anything. It will be void functions. Also, functions can have parameters or couldn't have. So sometimes I receive questions, Bojan, should I like pass something inside? I don't know. It all depends what your functions should do. If your function should do something and you should pass something in, it will have. It all depends on use case, not on me, on my wish. It depends on your use case. Okay, so here is in this example, in this function, I need to pass to string and I need to get a resulting string which I printing out. Let's do one more example. Let it be for example, very interesting, some like string numbers and is equal that sum of 2, and I will pass strings 1 and 5. Guys, this is not numbers. You see they are in quotas. This is strings. The difference between number do not have quotas. So here is, you see quotas, and here is, this is strings. So when I will print numbers, when I will print numbers, I will have 15, not 6. You see 15, because what our function doing, it concatenating two strings, 1 and 5. It's kind of very simple. Okay, let's go forward. So function is a kind of mixer. We're placing something in and we getting something out. Sometimes we do not get anything, like because it's a void function. Void function do not return anything. Sometimes we do not passing anything in and we do not getting anything out. Sometimes we passing something in but not getting out. So guys, different use cases, and we can use different functions for that. Okay, let me create a new function which will sum two numbers. Public static, it will return integer number, and let me call it sum of 2, and it will take in int n1 and int n2, and I will get something int and now somebody could notice that I used absolutely the same name of the function, and you could ask how it's working. Yes, it's working, it's not very hard. So why? Because Java is very smart. If we will use this function name and we will pass integers inside, this function will be running. But if we will pass strings inside, this function will be running. So despite we have the same names, all depends what we will pass in. So let me run this function, and I will do something like and I will pass 1 and 5. So in that case, we will have in the result 6, not 15. Because Java, very smart. We can pass inside strings and they will be treated as strings. If we passing integers, these functions will be run. So this possibility to run different functions depends and use the same name, it's called function overloading. So we can overload a function by creating a same function with the same name but with the different parameters. So idea, we can use the same name but we must use different parameters, different types of parameters. So I can use like different number of parameters or different type. These like features call it function overloading. So questions so far?
Yeah, one question, one comment. So, it is the comment here, it is happening because we use a different data type. One is a string, one was the integer.
Yes. No, it's not depending on return type. It depends on the parameters. And actually, guys, these things is called function signature. So what is function signature? Is a function name plus type of the parameters and number of the parameters. So for this function sum of two, signature is a name and string string. For this function, signature will be sum of two int int, because we're passing in two integer numbers. And guys, let me create a new function, like let me do something like that. And I will pass inside like 5.6 and 1.5 and 5.2. So what is var? Don't watch at var now. Guys, who has Java version less than 10, var will return you error, because var is working from the Java version 10 and higher. So that's why I insist you use, like, not use Java version 8. Okay, whatever. So guys, what we have here? Cannot resolve method sum of two double double. Why? Because we don't have it. So you see, this is a function signature, sum of two double double. This is a signature. So we don't have any function sum of two double double. I need to define it. Or for example, I can try this one, sum of two, and I will pass in three numbers. So I will get an error because cannot resolve method sum of two with the three parameters, because we didn't define it any function with this use case. So let's do and define one more function, and I will call it public static sum of two. Public static double, it will return double sum of two, and I will pass in double A and double B and double B, and you see here is not exist anymore any like red underline it. So return A plus B. So idea, I have a function with the signature sum of 2 double double, and that's why I have no any like underline. By the way, about var, what is var? Var is kinda a shortcut. Var is a variable. So Java very strict typed language. We couldn't have like undefined type of the variable. We couldn't have. But when we using var, you see double, because it will take this function and it watching to the returning type double, and after that x will be a double type. If I would in the future try to do something like xx is equal to high to the string, I will get an error because xx type it double. You see? Double, but you providing string. So actually, even I do not providing a type, here is double. It is double because this function returns double. But guys, I will not use var for now. Later on we will use. For now use a strict type name. Okay? Good. So function overloading, saying you can use the same function name, but you must provide different parameters, different number of parameters or different type of the parameters. Let me try one thing. If I will create a new public static and let it return int sum of 2, and I will provide two strings, and it will return, I will convert these strings to the numbers and will return. Will it work? No, it's would. Okay, let's try. If I will do something like, I don't remember how to convert number to string to number. I will ask Google. And we can use this integer parseInt. Okay, I will use it. So I will do something like int like so, kinda this is num2, and I will return num1 plus num2. Kinda I will try to do that, but guys, we have a problem. Even a return type is different. Int, I have the same signature, string and same name, and I have a problem. You see, sum of 2 string is already defined. You cannot do that. So I need to give just different name, and now it will be okay. Let's try this use case. I will copy like this one, copy. No, I will create a new one. Sum of 2, 1, and I will provide 1 and 6 and 5, and I will try to sort new num. Okay, I hope I will get 6 in the result. Let's run it. Okay, I got 6. So guys, functions. Functions are very simple, and we get a last rule. Last rule saying you can overload function names, but you should use different set of parameters. You should use either different number of parameters or different type. So name of the function plus parameters will give you a function signature. So since it's like should be unique function signature, and yeah, you can use it. If it's not unique, Java will not allow you to create functions with the same signatures. Okay, got it. I will give you a little bit more example on functions. Functions are simple, but guys, you need to try to do my homeworks. They are very simple, but if you will do them, you will get problems. You will solve problems, and after that you will be very smart one. Okay, so again, functions. Sometimes on the interview you have question. Please provide me list of prime numbers. Guys, what does mean prime numbers? Prime numbers is numbers which can be divided without remainder for 1 and for this number. For example, 11. 11 can be divided without remainder with a 0 remainder for 1 and for 11 only. All other numbers, when you will try to divide 11, will give you some remainder. Find prime numbers from 5 to 10, from 5 to 100. Okay, let's do this exercise. Find prime numbers. So let's create a new function which will get a limit. So we will get all prime numbers from 1 till this number. By the way, guys, 1 is not prime number. 1 is separate. The smallest prime number is 2. 2 can be divided to 1 and to 2 without any remainder. 1 is exception. Okay? Just keep in mind. So 1 is not a prime number, by the way. Okay, let's try get prime numbers. I will create a new function, get prime, not get, print. It will print. So I do not have any return type. I just printing it out. Print prime numbers. And as an argument, I will get a limit. And let me set the limit. Uh, 100. Okay? Int limit equal to 100, and I passing limit inside my function. Print prime numbers. So I don't have this function. It's not defined yet. So I will use IntelliJ IDEA to help me. And it's created a public static void, because I will print out and I don't need any return type. It will be a void function. So this function will print prime numbers from 2 to this limit. And this limit, okay, let's include this limit. So first of all, if I need to, okay, what is my task? I need to find the prime numbers, and I need to print prime numbers from 2 till this limit. Limit now is 100. So what I need to do? I need to take first number and check if it's prime or not. If it's prime, I need to print it out. After that, I need to take second number and check if it's prime. If it's prime, print it out. If not, skip it. And so on till I will get this limit. Okay? This is my task. So this is a very popular interview question. So guys, you have enough knowledge to solve this exercise, and you should see in your head now how you would do that. You already have enough knowledge, guys. You already have enough knowledge. Don't look at me, you already have. Your knowledge is enough to solve it. Okay, let's do that. So first of all, I need to iterate from 2, because I said 1 is kind of nice and prime, no, like not prime, it's kind of exception. So for integer I equal to 2, I less or equal to limit, and I plus plus. Good. Legit, legit. So here is I will iterate. Kinda simple. Next, I need to check if I is prime. Okay. If I is prime. Okay, is prime. And here is I will place I. So if I will be prime, I will print it out. Good? Good. So idea, I need to create a new function, is prime, which will check the number, if it's prime or not. Simple, simple. So I need to create a new function. If it will return true, it means the number is prime. It will return false, we just skip this number and it will not be printed. Legit, legit. Let's try. So, number. Good. Private, okay, this will be private. Let us be public. Public static boolean is prime. Okay, so I got a number. For example, 20. I need to check if it's prime or not. So I need to start to divide this number from 2 to this number. For example, we have number 5. Without remainder, it could be divided on 1 and 5. All other numbers, like 5 divided by 2, will have like 1 in remainder. By 3, 2 in by 4, 1 in remainder. So I don't want to check 1 and 5. This is kinda, they will give remainder. I don't want to check. So I will do something like for integer I is equal to 2. I will start checking with the 2. Yes? I don't want to check to the 1 because I know it will be divided by 1 without any remainder. Integer like 2, I less than number. Do you remember? I don't want to check the number because I know it will give 0 remainder and I don't want. So if it will be 20, the last number I would check it, it will be 19. I don't want to try 20. Okay. And I plus plus. So here is if number divided model by I will give 0, I will return false. But if I will go through whole loop and I will never get a false, I will return true, because it's kinda, if I went through whole my loop and I will never get any falses, it means it's true. So that's all my interview exercise. It should work now. Let's try how it's working. Okay, Run it. Run, Lola, run. And here is a list of prime numbers 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, 13, and so on and so on. Let's try to like enter like 51. 51 is prime, yes or not? Let's check. 51, not 51, not prime, it's dividing by 17 and 3. 53. So 53 now should be in the list. It's like border condition, I should check. Let's run. And I have from 2 to 53. Legit. So guys, actually when you splitting your big task to the small tasks, it's very simple. I split it my big task to two small tasks, like you see. Here is these functions just checking one number, is it prime or not. If it's prime, it will return true. If it's not prime, it will return false. This function just iterating from this to limit and asking if every number is prime. If it's prime, it's printed out. That's all. Okay, guys? Any questions on this? So guys, you will have this exercise. So I want you go through at your homework one more time and just try to understand how it's working. It's not very bad, it's not very hard, but you should try. I understand on the lesson maybe not enough time, but it's not very hard to do. Okay, next. We need, okay, use case. You have an array. Please create a new array and place only, for example, odd numbers to this array. Let's try. So, main, you have an array. Like 1, 2, 5, 5, 1, 3, for example. Okay, and idea you need, okay, let me add one more even number. Create an array which will return only array of the odd number, for example. Okay, it will return get odd from array, and it will return and I need to pass inside an array. So guys, IntelliJ IDEA will help you a lot. So you see, this is I placing a type. So it's kind of this function should return array of integers, and I passing inside array of integers. So let me create this function. It will be public static array of integers. So return type not an integer, array of integers. Good. Get odd from array. It will give you an array. And here is a trick. Trick is not very good, because first of all we should do one work 2 times, because we don't know the array size. We don't know array size. It's not very good. So in order to create an array, we first need to get the size of this array, and we don't know. This is not good. So here is 2 ways. Okay, I don't know, I just like did this like exercise from my mind, so I never did it. So let's try to resolve it. First of all, Let's do this exercise in two parts. First, we need to count number of odd numbers, and second, we should return. So for int v in array, I should count. So let me create a new variable. Sorry, I will create int count equal to 0. So this my count, and here is I just need to, if the divided by 2 equal to 1, this is odd number, I will count plus plus, count plus plus. So in the end of this loop I will get the size of the array. And okay, I did it, I got it. So here is I can create a new array, int array of result will be int new, you remember that, int, and I need to pass the size of the array count. So now second step, I need to fill this array by numbers, and it will be a little bit different loop. I will use for loop here because I need to use indexes to place. Okay. And here is if array it will not work like that. Okay, let's do it in different way. Okay, for int v in the array, like, okay, I need synthetic index here. Okay, if v is equal to if v divided by 2 is equal to 1, this is odd number. If v is odd number, we will add it to the new array, result array with the index will be added. Is equal to v. So idea, guys, what will happen here? Of course I can do this in two steps like that, like index plus plus, but what will happen here, it will be use old one, but after I will do this operation it will increase it. But okay, let me just do like that. So, and here is I will return result. Okay, so here is, and if I will print out the odd numbers for we will have only odd numbers here. Let me run. You see 1 5 1 3 1 5 1 3. So idea, let me explain what's happening here. First challenge here, we don't know the size of the resulted array. Why? Because we don't know how many odd numbers. So here is, in first iteration, in first part of my function, I just go it through all the array and just count number of the odd numbers, just counted it. Second, I created a new empty array, just empty one. Step 3, I created a synthetic index because this index will be not for the array R, it will be for array res. And I iterated second time, and here is every time then it's odd number, I just assign it this value to the second array. And here is I increase it index every time, just because after that I need to use next number. And here is I just returned it. So my functions look like it returns array of integers and you passing it array of integers. You see? This kinda idea behind this function. So function can accept arrays and return arrays. And here is res is an array of integers. You see? Question so far? Okay, more examples. Guys, again, you should think about function. It's not about just a number of lines of code. Also, function is a mixer. You passing something inside, you passing array of a lot of numbers, and it returns you only odd numbers in this example. So it depends what your function do. Functions could be very complex. In the real life, like in many languages, like we have rules. If like function very complex, you should kinda split it on several functions. Don't do function very complex. It's a rule. So in this example, I split it one functions to the two functions. And here is actually you can do this too. You can split this function on the two functions. Actually, this part can be splitted. Yes, who have question?
Yeah, I just wanted to say, so common practice is to have two different functions instead of having it in one big bulk.
Yes, have more small functions. Actually, a rule saying if you can if you have 3 repeated lines of the code, you can create a function.
Okay, thank you.
Easier. Why functions is so good, and why we don't like I said, don't repeat yourself idea. It's not about laziness, but it is about laziness too, but more important, it's easier to support. So guys, if something changed in my function, I just will change in the function. So let me create a new function. You remember our ticket story when we sold plane tickets. So let's create a function which will calculate the ticket. Or we did it or not? No, we didn't it. So up. I like this example because it's very funny. And okay, so I will create a ticket price function. It will return a price of the ticket, depends on age. So public static double, because returning type will be double, because we have some discount, so it will be double ticket price. And I will pass in two numbers, int age, and I will pass in double fare. So we have a base, okay, something like base price, like that. And I need to calculate depends on age. So if passenger is like less than 2 years, if age less than 2 years, less or equal, I will return 0, and this enough. If age less than 12 years, less or equal, I will return half price, 0.5 multiple base price. Okay, legit. If age less or equal 66 years, I will return full price or base price for adult. And here is I will return senior price. Got it? Let's test our function. So this guy already returns a ticket price, so like I will do something like south, and I will just pass different ages and ticket price, and I will paste like it will be, for example, 5 years and price of the ticket $1,000. So I assume it will be 50% of 500. Let's run it. And I see 500. Okay, let's assume the age is 1 year. It's an infant. And I have 0, because guys who do not remember, it's a ticket calculating program. We have different price for different ages. If like it's 2 years or less, it's free price. No, you're not paying anything for the infants. If you like child, you paying only 50%. So child is between 2 and 12 years. If it's like adult means from 13 till 66, you will pay full price. And if you older than 66, it means you senior passenger, you paying only 80%. So let's test. And for example, it will be 70 years old. So I assume it will be 80%, $800. And let's check for the 50 years old passenger, it will be 1,000. So guys, idea. Our function can have multiple returns. And for the ticket price, it's easier. I just like cut. I cutted everybody who less than 2 or equal. And I do not check these anymore. So if you less than 2, you already return it. So here is for the 12 for the kids, for the children ticket, I checking. If it's like 7 years, it will be half price. If it's more, okay, fails, like for example 80 years old, 80, fails, 80, fails. So the only possible way here, it will return 80%. Questions? Multiple returns and functions. Actually I closed all possible ways. So return 0, return half price, return full price, return 80%. Okay, if no questions.
I have a question.
Yes, Daniela.
Do we always have to start from the smallest quantity to the biggest?
It's up to you, as you want. So you can start from the biggest and cut from the biggest start, but it should be like consistently. You start from one end. Of course, you can do something like that. You can do something like start from the middle. Let me show you. Like it's all depends on your logic. For example, you can do something like that. Ticket price 1. I like you asking questions, so let it be like that. Okay, so if h and no. So h like more than 2 and less and and h less than 12 less or equal. So this is kids, yes, children. So base price multiple 0.5 and multiple 0.5. So we cut it this use case. Let's cut adult. If h but here is I should do all these kind calculations, because h like h more than 12 and h less than 66 less or equal, yes, this is adult. Ticket return base. Now we can cut infants, or we can cut seniors, for example. If age more than 66, it will be seniors, so return 0.8 multiple base price, and the latest one we will just return 0, because the only who rest is infants. That's all. So actually like a little bit hard the logic, but it's possible. This is like simpler, much simpler. You just cutting like a cheese, and here is you cutting from the middle. It's like not so good. But in the end of the day, the same result. Okay, let's go and see more use cases. App 4. Functions. Guys, again, rules are simple. Functions just. Okay, guys, let me return. Here is one more time. When I exercise a ticket, it's very simple. I can give different ages and different ticket price, and I exercise different calculating different like tickets type. For example, for children to New York, for children to Las Vegas, so base price can be different, age can be different, and you could get the final price. And now you don't need to write this every time, you just using one function. So this one is like helping a lot. But guys, if rule changed, for example, tomorrow like company has problems and now they charging senior passenger, they not giving like 80%, they giving 90, so you changing only in one place. That's all. This is very good in functions. It's very good to support. You changing only in one place, and all calculations will be changed automatically, because let's imagine we calling these functions like 100 times. That's all. You changing 100 results by changing only one number in one functions. So functions very good to support your code. Okay, this is kind of general idea. Function. That's why, guys, the rule do not repeat yourself. When you need to make corrections in many places, it means you repeated this code in many places. But if you do not repeat yourself and your code kind of place it in one place, you changing only this place. And everywhere it will be changed. This is like big advantage using functions. You changing one place and whole calculations could be changed. Very easy. So functions let you support your code by easy money. Like you understand what I mean, that changing in many places over changing in one place. Okay, and code is more readable and reusable. Idea behind functions, code must be reusable. So you can reuse the same code in many places. Okay, let's go forward. So general idea, functions. They can return something they could not return. If functions do not return anything, this is void function. You can pass something to the function you could not pass. So if you're not passing, it's okay. These functions without parameters. You remember, like small recap, functions you not passing and not returning. Public, static, void, high, and you not passing anything. And just it's like, it could be very complex function, but in our case it's very simple. High, sending high, and you can just shout it as many times as you want. Oh no, you just invoking it high, high, high. And guys, oh sorry, at previous function, high. But if you need to change to hola and you run it, you change it in one place and everything is changed. So idea, supporting functions much easier and cheaper over supporting in many different stuff. Okay, so now questions on functions, because today is the last lesson on functions and I hope it should be everything clear now. Guys, unmute yourself, ask questions.
I was gonna say, I like the way that you tried to tackle the questions before, like how you tried to invoke first.
This is idea behind using IntelliJ IDEA. So I believe the commercial version costs about $800 a month. So companies paying for that. So kinda it's worth. I know that the Enterprise Edition of Visual Studio Code from Microsoft, it's for the C# and all, so it costs around $5,000 a year. So kinda it's worth using this kind of, like, you saving your time by making more readable and creating code faster. Like if you want, like IntelliJ IDEA Ultimate Edition price, by IntelliJ IDEA prices and options. So okay, IntelliJ IDEA I was wrong, it's only 500 per user a year. Well, it's cheap money, only $500, not 800. I was wrong a month, but anyway, companies paying this money, guys. And for second year it will be only 400. Yeah, 400. Third year only 300. So guys, that's kind of idea. These companies like JetBrains, they making money on that. I like making developers' life easier. Guys, any question on functions?
I just had like a kind of like a question. It's more like when you try to tackle these questions, how do you? I don't know how to say it. It's more like how do you break it down to know what to use or not? Is it just more of a just keep on practicing as much as you can?
Yes, 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 yes. I will give you some suggestion in the end, but okay, Tatiana.
Yeah, probably just a stupid question. Do we always need to use public static void main function at the beginning?
Yes,
And it should be always main. So the name is main.
Yes.
So always main, and it should
Yes.
be always void at the beginning
yes,
of the output.
yes, yes,
So
yes.
It's just like magic. Something.
Yes, it's a magic something. This is magic, and kind of this is the main. It started, I believe, from the C language, like very ancient version. And if you will open C main main function, this is C language, like from 40 years ago, and in the beginning of everything, like it was a main. Like in the beginning of the world, like just after 6 days, first was main. Okay, just it's history.
Thank you.
So this main function that has to be part of, I mean, beginning of every class file.
We will very soon. You will understand the difference very soon. Like next. By the way, guys, while we have like full class, when they will starting object-oriented programming, I like very insist that everybody finds a lesson, finds the time for the lesson, and I like want to see that all next lessons, like this week, next week, everybody must be on the lesson. It's very important. By the way, on the next week we will have only one lesson. It's later on because I will explain why. But guys, I want till the lesson like 16. Today's lesson 8. Everybody come to the lesson. Please don't make any kind of debts. Please, it's very important. This is most important part of whole course. After that, when we will start Selenium, it will be very easy. You will have less homeworks, you will less everything, but this part is crucial important. Please.
Are we gonna be practicing functions again next class, or?
I didn't get it.
Oh, I said, are we gonna practice functions also next class as well?
Uh, yes, but again, next 7, 8 lessons are very important. You will have homeworks, you will work hard. Please try to visit it. Okay, guys, I will give you something. Many people ask, I want to do something extra mile, and can you advise something to do some extra mile lesson? I would give one sec, let me search. In the previous group I will search something.
I have a question.
Okay. One sec, guys. One sec, guys. Who wants to like do an extra mile? I would advise you this resource, Code Gym. So it's very useful classes here, so you can start. Yes, we're charging money, but if you like passionate by Java, this is the best resource, one of the best. So if you want, it's like small exercises, small do like they have a plugin for the IntelliJ IDEA, so you can try it. And I believe they have even the same site in the Russian language, so I know that part of my group is Russian native, Java Russia, so they have absolutely the same but on the Russian. So guys, if you want, just people asking me, I want to do an extra mile, please, so like try it. I will post now in the channel so you can try it. And if you want to do, you're welcome. Guys, any other questions?
I have a question looking a little bit forward. So, during interview process, will we ask us like to write code? So, do we have to memorize like all of these parts, or we can just like ask, hey, can I share my screen, and just like to show what we can do, or just intelligent?
I got your question. So idea, guys, please, IntelliJ IDEA helps you a lot. You do a lot stuff like South to print out very fast, or something like a lot of shortcuts you will use. When you will have interview, you wouldn't have any shortcuts. You will do your interview exercises in like kind of whiteboard. It will be programs like it's called like CodePair, because like CodePair, Google CodePair whiteboard, so there are no any hints, no any shortcuts. If you need to write system out print line, you must type system out print line. Sometimes they help you and helping to fix problems, sometimes not. So it would be some kind of very hard. So guys, if you thinking like seriously, please try. It will be like whiteboard, like CodePair, Google CodePair.
Is there like something free that we can use?
Yes, of course. You can use any text editor and try to write in it. It's free. It's free. Guys, IntelliJ IDEA, you can use IntelliJ IDEA and turn off this smart stuff. You can use any text editor. You can use Visual Studio Code, for example, and copy paste to the IntelliJ IDEA, for example, after that. If you, but for now, I would strongly advise you use IntelliJ IDEA because it will help you to understand topic. Today our question not about like do hard stuff like typing. Today my point to do more emphasis on the understanding of the programming language, not about like small things. Like later on you could like do something harder for yourself, but for now please use IntelliJ IDEA. It's very hard to interview process, so please spend more your attention for the Java, not for the like things around.
Thank you.
Yes, Daniela.
Hi, I had another question.
Sure.
So I don't know what I'm doing in when I'm switching from master to my branch, but when I do that, I cannot run programs. I get a error saying that I cannot find the class.
Good. Very good question. So, guys, first of all, Daniela, don't left yet. What we will do now, I will push my class, and after that I want you share your screen and we will do everything together. Okay?
Okay.
Okay, so guys, lesson is done and I'm committing my code. So usually you will do that after you will done with your homework. Actually, I believe you need to watch one more time a Saturday video and you will understand everything, but I understand people need to get it one more time, so let me do that. Functions 3, commit and push. Commit and push. Guys, what's happening now? I am in the master branch, so if I will go to the GitHub and to our project, and if I will open here, you see only lesson 6 and 7. As soon as I will push here, and I will refresh over here. I will have 2 more. By the way, before lesson I help it with homework 7, that's why it's here, and lesson 8, and bunch of my example which done 15 seconds ago. So everything now in the master branch. So Daniela, let you please share your screen. Okay, good, very good. So here is Daniela. She just ended up. She is Daniela. In which branch are you? Are you in master?
I'm in master.
No. Please don't do that. Go to your branch, please.
Okay.
So Daniela and as all of you in her own branch. Very good. Now I just push it. And what Daniela or you should do, first of all, go to the Git and fetch changes. Git fetch. So now what's doing fetch? Fetch getting all changes from the GitHub. Actually, what's happening when you're running IntelliJ IDE, it's kind of fetching underneath in background, but only like a minute ago I made a new push and IntelliJ IDE don't know that. So when you making fetch, you fetching latest changes from repository. Now your IntelliJ IDE understands that we have updates. Now go to the VCS. Go to the VCS. Go to the Git. Go to the merge changes. Good. And here is choose origin master. No, origin master. Just remove this and yes, click drop down origin master. Good, merge it. Now you getting changes from the, you see lesson 8, homework 7, you have the same stuff, and also in parallel you can have your own stuff. Guys, what I insist, do not give the same file names in the same folder. So if you working in the same folder, lesson 8 for example, during the class, it's okay, but don't name your files like app, like I naming my files. Call it in any different name. Okay, so you see, open the lesson 8 folder and you see everything I done on the lesson. Now Daniela, one more thing, can you please do one more fetch?
Yes.
And can you do one more merge from origin master? And here is I have a lot of questions. Boshan, I don't have origin master. What's happening? Why there are no origin master? Why? Because guys, you have the latest changes already. So that's why you couldn't merge anything, because there are no changes between your branch and master branch. Okay? Got it? That's why you couldn't merge for the second time, because you already had the latest changes. Cancel it. Now, Daniela, can you please push now? Git push. And push. And let's do one more thing, Daniela. Please. On the right click on the Java Blue folder and new package and call it homework 1. Homework 1, yes. And click enter. And here is just create any file, like right click, new class, and call it work, for example, from capital. Good, enter. And you have some file. Add, no, add here. Yeah, it's good. So you have one file. Guys, please take a look. When you just created a file, you see it in green color. If it's not in green color, this is bad. It's not under version control. When Daniela click it, add it to the version control, it's become green. If you click no, it will become red. Red means he is not under version control, but it's okay. Now, it's not committed. So as soon as Daniela now will commit, Daniela, please commit. Commit changes, no, commit changes, yes, and may call it like message, homework 1. It's commit message. You're free to use any message. Click commit. So you see with the work changed its color to the black. Why? Because it's committed now. Committed, but it committed locally. In order to get it on the, can you open GitHub now? Good, and open your branch, please. Master DM 27, good. So here is your remote branch. Open source Java, source, yes. And what you see here, it's just everything you have in your, but you don't have homework 1. So you didn't push it yet. So go back to the IntelliJ IDEA, and now you need to, you committed but not push it. You need to push it. Git push. So here is click push and wait till it will be pushed. Push it. Good. Now go back to the here and refresh. Oh, you have homework 1. No. Click on it, open it. Click on work. And please copy the link on the top. Copy it. Go to the Slack. Find Tatiana and send it to Tatiana. That's kinda, don't send it empty, just not. But idea, guys, after you will finish your homework, you need to commit it, you need to push it, you need to go to the GitHub and check if it successfully pushed. And after that, copy the link and send it to Tatiana to check it. Okay, any questions so far?
No questions so far.
Okay, guys, I will stop your sharing and I will share my screen. Okay, guys, any other questions? If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask me. Yes, Tatiana.
Just a short question. You mentioned that it's very important not to miss following lessons. So are we gonna have interactive lesson, or it's okay just to watch a record one time?
Again, can you please repeat? I didn't get it.
I mean, is it important to be live on the lesson, or
Better to be live. Why better to be live? Because you could ask questions. Guys, on the next week we will have only one lesson at Wednesday. I believe we will skip lessons at Monday and Friday. We wouldn't have because I have lessons in manual group. So just plan your schedule. We will have lesson at Wednesday and Saturday only. Okay?
I got it. Thank you.
Okay, guys. So if no questions, I will stop recording and we.
Can I share my screen real quick?
Yes, sure. Let's do that. you sharing?
Do you see my screen?
One sec, maybe.
It says you are screen sharing to me.
Oh, one sec, one sec. Huh. I can't see your screen yet.
Okay, so I went and did the. I went to VCS and I did the fetch, but I don't see the. Where did they go? The lesson 8 that you have?
You made fetch, but after fetch you need to do merge from master.
Yeah, I did merge from master after.
I can see your screen. Any chance you can call me now to the let's try call to the Slack and share your screen, because I don't know what's happening with IntelliJ, with the Zoom.
Okay, no worries. So they said try Slack, right?
Try call me through this. Slack. No. Slack wouldn't work. One sec. Let me find. Slack not sharing screen. One sec. One sec. Start Zoom, quit Zoom. Oh, okay. Stop share. Now share your screen.
Okay.
It was shared my yeah.
Okay, so I went here and I did this first fetch. Then
Yeah.
I went to merge changes after the fetch changes
Yes.
happened. And then merged here, looked for master. Now it's not there because I did it already, right?
Yes.
And after that, I thought I would see something here.
You
But-
open it wrong folder. You open it target folder. Please open source main.
Oh, maybe that's. Oh,
Yeah, good. If you try, it's like said, they think very hard to find a black cat in black in the dark room, especially if there are no cat in the room. So if you try and find something that not exists, it's not exists there.
I was like following everything, and I was like, wait, where is it?
Yeah. You're looking in the wrong room. Okay, so guys, I believe everything is good. So, see you. Bye bye.
Thank you so much.
Thank
Bye.
you.